Okay, welcome back. Today we're going to be tying a size 18 copper john. Hook I'm using is a Mustad 3906 wet fly Nymph hook. And the bead I'm going to use is a Beadalon. It's a crimp bead. I could not find a bead in my collection, which I have a bunch of beads. Tungsten and brass, countersunk and slotted, that would fit over this narrow bend of the hook. So I looked at my stash of stuff I had there and had bought this a while back, these crimp beads, on the advice of somebody else that said they work well as an alternative. And it does. It actually fits, let me show you here, right over the bend of that hook. It's a very small bead. This is a size number 1, 0.051 of an inch. It came in a pack of 4 different sizes. There's 150 pieces in this little vial here. But first time I'm using it, and it actually works well. So we're going to show you on film how it ties up. Throw it in your vise, cramp it on down. This is a Atlas, it's a Wolf Atlas vise. Holds these small hooks great, all the way down to a size 30 up to a 6/0. I have other vices over there. I have a Regal and a Rossetti and whatever downstairs, and but this is my favorite. So we're going to add a little bit of lead to it, just about 5 wraps of 010. Place that right up against the bead. Now we're going to thread is something I just picked up at the International Angler Fly Shop yesterday. I needed some small thread. I was using Danville 70 denier and it just was a little too thick, so I wanted to get some smaller thread. This is a 14/0 sheer. It's called sheer. Let me make sure it's sheer, made in the UK. 100 meters worth. Actually pretty small stuff. Go ahead, start your thread on. Go ahead and wrap it back toward the bend of the hook. Cut away your tag end. Take it back a couple more wraps. Now we're going to tie in some of this Goose Biots for tails. Just take 2 of the Biots, tear them off. Cut away the bottom end of it. I like to place them in my hand, and I'm going to position them with these little tweezers back to back, with the tails facing away from each other with the Biots. We're going to make a little forked tail. I find using these tweezers just a little bit easier to manage. Once you got them together there, just go ahead, pinch them with your fingers. Line them up so the tips are aligned. You don't want the tail very long, so bring them back on either side of the hook to the length you need them. Pinch them. We're going to start with a little pinch wrap, pull straight down, give it a wrap, came up pretty good. Wrap it back up forward a couple times. I'm going to cut away this excess. Take these fine point scissors that I just picked up at the fly shop yesterday. These are Dr. Slick fine point, needle point, or something like that. My other ones, the loon that I had, the tips bent, so I was kind of struggling without them. Yeah, perfect. Go ahead, wrap up. Going to build a little base here. Oh, just caught my thread on that hook point. Didn't want to do that. See if I can save it. Looks like I did. Now we're going to use some copper wire. This is some of that copper wire that I salvaged out of an electrical motor out of an old printer. Take your utility scissors, take a little snip off about a few inches. Give yourself enough to work with. Lay the wire right against the side of the hook shank. Wrap it back to the base of that tail. Give it a few good wraps there. Bring your thread back up and behind that bead. You're going to start. I like to twist my fly upside down when I start doing this here. But start your first wrap up against the base of that tail. And with touching turns, get your fingernail in there. Get them to touch a little bit, starting them off. Alright, and I'm back. If it looks a little different there, the battery went dead and I had to run and get another battery. So, as you're wrapping, making sure you have touching turns on the way up. You can actually use the rotary function on your vise if you want. I like to give it a little thumbnail push occasionally to make sure everything is nice and tight. Don't need a lot of wraps, you want to leave some room in there to tie in your wing case. Give it another push there. Give it one more. Just about like that. And go ahead and tie it off. Give it a few wraps. Take your copper wire, give it a little helicopter, break it off. Now we're going to tie in the little wing case. What I'm going to use for the wing case, what I like to do on a lot of these nymphs, is this. It's a wedding bow material that I got a long time ago for next to nothing down at the craft store. But if you're at a wedding and they have these laying on the table at the end of the night, pick one up. They work great for fly tying. Oops. Don't get snagged on your fly there. And what I did basically is I take just one of these little strands, clip it off, and just with your scissors you can go ahead and cut it down to the size you want on the fly. Each fly is going to be a little individual. Bigger fly, you're going to need a little thicker piece. This size 18 is about a third of that strip. So just lay it right on top. Just make sure it's still on top. Go ahead and tie it in. Wrap it back to where the copper body is. Wrap it back forward. I'm going to take these brand new scissors that I got. Reach in there. I'm a big fan of these needle point scissors. The last ones I had I actually used a lot till somehow the tips got bent. Alright, now we're going to add some peacock. This Peacock Curl is some strung peacock that I've had for quite a few years. It's not the greatest of qualities, but using it up, I'd ordered a bunch of peacock in bulk, some good stuff that actually I'm too lazy to go downstairs and get another batch, so we'll use this up here. Go ahead, tie it in. Just about like that. Now if this doesn't break on me here, give it a few wraps. And tie it off. Cut away your excess, or you break it off, but I'm going to cut this away here. Now we're going to tie on some legs. The legs we're going to use is a piece of hackle. It's Hen Hackle. It's a barred feather. I'm going to take the tip and just pluck it off. So now you have basically a V in your hackle. Just lay it right on top. Let me show you what I'm doing there. I think you can see. Lay it right on top, over top of your peacock there. I'm going to give it a wrap right in behind the bead. I'll give it one more. Oh, let's get that out of there. Going to cut away. Oh, first what you do, you want to pull it to length. Just pull it. You don't want long legs, you want short legs. About like that. Cut it away. Take your wing case and with half of the feather on either side, pull it straight up forward, give it a wrap, 2 wraps, pull it up, wrap in front of it, get your whip finisher, oops, give it a whip right in behind it, pull it tight, cut it away. I do like this thread. I'm going to get me some more of this for these smaller flies. Take your fine point scissors, or you can get a razor blade in there, cut it away. Take some of the UV finish. A little bit of resin here. It's solar res. I've had this bottle forever. Can't use it up. I'm going to give it a little dab on the bottom here too. Well, let's see, where's my bodkin? Put it on this bodkin. Gonna get it right in there. Yep. Right on the sides there. Right, we'll cover that thread up. Take your light, give it a zap. Make sure it's good and cured. And there you go. Got yourself a little size 18 copper john. Inspired by an Instagram photo that I seen that had a really neat woven body. And I thought, you know what, I really don't need to weave that body. Just need to make me some size 18s for some winter fishing. So, figured I'd show you on video. Alright, have a good day. Hope you do like this fly. Pardon the interruption whenever the battery died, but hopefully it got it back in focus for you. Alright, enjoy, stay safe out there. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Tie one up, let me know how you do. Cheers.